Are you a pitcher coming back from an arm injury or surgery and you're going to start throwing in a couple weeks to make sure that you are adequately prepared for it? I'm going to go over today some early stage medicine ball drills that I do with guys after an arm injury or surgery to work on getting them ready for throwing. How do I know this? Why am I showing you this? My name is Dr. Jeff Lewis. I'm the owner and physical therapist of Lewis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, where I have helped countless baseball players get back to throwing pain-free, stronger, and throwing harder after an arm injury. Medicine ball and plyo drills are a key and in my opinion, the most fun part of the rehab process when working with a pitcher or any throwing athlete to get them back to throwing. Not from jumping right into pitching in the games, but just getting them back to a rehab throwing program that's, which I write for guys and take them through. The reason that we do a medicine ball progression is because throwing is a violent and a ballistic task. So we can't expect to just do, say we do some floor presses, dumbbell floor presses, which we want, or some landmine presses, things like that that are more slow and controlled. We can't expect to go right from slow and controlled into fast and hard throwing more than anything. So that's why we use medicine balls to work on that fast lengthening and contraction that we get with throwing. The first part of a throwing program, more than anything, is usually going to be more work in the 90-degree or below plane. So some chest passes, granny throws I call them, which I'm going to show you here, some rotational throws. There's other progressions we'll do as well in terms of like starting overhead stuff, but I just really want to talk about today the initial, like for Tommy John, for example, what really maybe the first 1 to 2 sessions or the first week of their med ball stuff would look like before we get them into an overhead position. So chest passes. There are a ton of variations we can do with chest passes. With Tommy John or other elbows in particular, we might do more close body variations where we are limiting getting into that full extension. We might be living in this range here more than anything. So from a close body standpoint, I always have guys get a medicine ball right out in front of them here and then take one step in. And you can see my arms are already slightly bent there a little bit, okay? We get guys in a nice athletic stance. Knees are slightly bent, hips are back. And then they're gonna start with the ball against their chest here, and that's all they're doing. So again, you're gonna see when I'm out there, I'm not getting full extension. I'm stopping just short of it. So we're just gradually exposing stress to that ligament in a Tommy John case. So I'm here, just straight ahead, and I'm moving with my shoulders and my shoulder blade. What I don't want is it shouldn't just be this with my wrists and hands. We're not doing anything at that point. At that point, you might as well not even be doing medicine ball work in my opinion. So close body stuff like that, straight ahead is the first thing that we're gonna do. The second close body variation is going to be chest passes in a sweeping variation. So you're going to start in the middle here, and then you're going to do the same thing, but now you're going to go across your body. So to the right, in front, to the left. The biggest thing is as you go in these side-to-side directions, you're not just throwing your hips out in one direction here. It's primarily being driven by the shoulder blade getting this protraction movement here. So again, I'm here. So that close body sweeping chest pass. Now we're gonna go into full extension. So we were here before, now we're gonna step back so arms are fully extended. You can even take one extra step back here. Slight knee bend in that good squat position. Chest pass like so. Again, I'm not just doing this with my hands, I'm getting that full shoulder blade work going into it. And if you do 20 chest passes with a guy, they should be getting a burn in their shoulder blade. If they're not getting it there, they're probably not using their shoulder musculature correctly. So same thing, straight ahead for the chest pass, and then again, we're gonna go into the sweeping variation. So we're gonna be here, cross, cross, across. Same thing, cross, 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 working both sides. Again, I'm not throwing my hips back. So those are some chest pass variations. We'll eventually progress those into doing them with a partner, so you're getting more eccentric stress coming back. Some variations where you're lying on your back, so again, more eccentric stress. The next thing we're gonna do are some granny throws. And I like using this because it's just helping teach guys how to move fast while loading into their hip. So we'll do them in front of the wall here. Slight knee bend. They're gonna come between the legs, and they're gonna throw. You want that ball to really hit right at waist level. What I don't want is it coming up to the ceiling like that. We're not achieving really anything there. We want to make sure too, we're not just doing this. We want our hips to come through with that very hip dominant movement. So again, I'm down here, coming forward. So even that was a little high there, as you probably saw. So those are the granny throws. The next thing we're going to do are some front-facing rotational throws. And again, working on the rotation work with loading into that back hip. The most common mistake I see are guys just do this. All back, no hip. You're again, at this point, you shouldn't even do a med ball stuff, in my opinion. So what I want guys to do for maybe the first couple of no throw work, they're going to just be loading into that back hip and coming forward. Load into the back hip, coming forward. And then once it's ready, we just put it all together. Back hip, come forward. Back hip, come forward. Again, I'm bringing my hips forward. I'm not just stopping here. Throwing is a lower body dominant movement. We want to start grooving that pattern in med ball work. Okay, so we're here, down, up. And then you can work into some alternating, like so. So those are multiple medicine ball variations that I'll take guys through. I won't necessarily do all of them in one session, especially in a post-op case. I'll gradually introduce them. In a case where a guy's only been down throwing for 7 to 10 days, yeah, I might do all those in one session because they haven't been down from throwing very long. So if you're a pitcher that is looking for guidance on med ball work to get back to throwing, leave a comment below or text the number below so we can get back to you on how we can help you with an individual